Right. Welcome, everyone, to this amazing episode. Now, let me just preface this. Tonight is a different sort of podcast. All right. It is a different sort of recording. It's a different type of episode. We're doing our first ever live virtual concert slash podcast. So, concert podcast, I guess. I mean, that's what best fits, right?
Yeah.
Right. So the young lady, again, everybody knows her who watches our show. Who watches our shows, who follows us on social media. Everybody knows her, Miss Glenda Benavides, and she does not need any introduction. Amazing soul singer, music songwriter, musician, artist, etc., etc. She carries all the titles. Last year, Grammy nominated, going for a Grammy again. She's got some amazing updates that I'm gonna let her talk to you about. And let's just remember that she does a lot of work within the mental health substance use community. She does a lot of music and she does a lot of supporting in that area. So that's why she's here.
Yeah.
That's second reason why she's here. The first reason, because we got some amazing stuff we're going to be doing. So let me turn it over to Miss Glenda because I mean, she's a woman. She's prettier than I. Y'all don't want to hear from me all the time. So,
I wouldn't say that, Kev. Live and thrive. I love it.
live and thrive, right? Right.
Yeah.
Mr. Ruben Burney,
Awesome.
how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and you're the young lady that's doing the virtual concert, right?
I am. Thank you, Ruben. Yes. Yes.
Kevin has built you up, and I love all kind of music. So, and he was telling me he put you compared to Aretha Franklin. I'm like, that's
Ooh.
great.
Ooh, that's high marks and high bar. Thank you very much. Wow, some of the greats. I'm really actually
Yeah, I'll be able
touched.
to stay. I have clients. I'm gonna have a client at 7 if he shows up. So if he doesn't, I'll continue to stay on. So I'm looking
Great.
forward to listening to your music. I'm a lover of all kind of music, hip hop, uh,
Love it.
R&B, all kind of country, all kind of music.
All kind of music.
Jazz.
That's
I
good.
love like uh, Lady Day. Who's the lady? That's old school, but Lady Day. Uh, uh, they call her Lady Day, but Diana Ross played her in a movie and stuff.
Oh,
I
oh,
can't think of
oh,
the
oh,
name.
yeah. Uh, yeah.
Billie
'Cause
Holiday.
Billie Holiday. I kept thinking of Big Mama Thornton, but that's something that I
I
like.
heard a Big Mama Thornton too. I heard
I'm
a
a
Big
big mom.
Mama Thornton too.
Yeah, Big Mama's
Yeah,
one
I'm
of
a
my.
big. I love those. I love.
Yeah,
My father used to have Billie Holiday's music, and I used to
yeah,
love it. I used
yeah.
to love it.
Billy,
Yes,
Robert Johnson, all those guys.
yes,
They're just
yes.
the foundational artists of our American history. Actually,
Sure, sure,
grateful for
sure.
that. Yeah, yeah. Good
Okay.
music, which kind of I guess kind of brings us why we're here. Um, I was speaking with Kevin on another podcast. This year we're at 250 and struggling in our
Hmm.
challenges, but those of us, we just keep on, and I think that is the American spirit. We
Hmm.
I really felt like I wrote a song. I wrote it actually in 2015 when I was going back and forth to Boston. If I could share a little bit about the reason I wrote I Ride, um, and then I'll soon sing. But yeah, I was going back and forth to Boston, working with my music partner, Gene Williams. And I, as an American, probably most of us, we don't really pay much attention to history, maybe a little bit, maybe not. At least I could only speak
Hmm.
for myself. And
Hmm.
so I thought, oh, Concord and Lexington. Oh, yeah, let me go there. So I was going there and I started really getting into it, going, wow, this is I'm like, here it is. And it like literally hasn't changed in 250 years. Like
Hmm.
the houses are still the same. You're just like, wow. And
Mm-hmm.
I was privy to, on 4th of July, I was privy to listening on at the Old North Bridge, which is where the first shot was fired in 1775. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and that was just before the ride of Paul Revere, because Paul and actually two other guys, William Dawes and Dr. Prescott, there were three guys that actually rode towards Lexington and Concord, which I did not know. And actually, Paul Revere got arrested by the British. William Dawes turned back. And then Dr. Prescott, he was the only one that actually made it to Lexington to tell John Hancock and a few other guys they needed to leave because of the British.
Yes.
They were on their way. They were right behind them, basically, and that they needed to in Concord. They need to actually get rid of the ammunition and everything, the gunpowder and stuff. So, yeah, so that's how that happened. So I was privy to all that, going, "Wow, this is amazing." And I listened to them actually for the first time in my life on 4th of July. I got to listen to the Declaration of Independence being read out loud.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay. Yes.
it was beautiful. I was like, "What are
Mm-hmm.
we doing? We're just burgers and hot dogs and explosions." I'm like, "I need to remember what this is about." And it was really, really moving, really moving.
Mm-hmm.
And so that went
Mm-hmm.
on to inspire me to, like, I really want to share what it would be like if we were all Paul Revere, if we were all William Dawes, if we were all, back then, and we were struggling and we were fighting for what was new, what was next, and really
Mm-hmm.
wanting to birth a new nation, so to speak, but without even knowing we had a new nation. You might want to put, yeah. And whoa, put that on mute. But yeah, so we were we were all in that together, and what I really got from the whole experience was it took everybody coming together to actually make that difference. And it wasn't easy
Yes.
because we all considered ourselves British. We were all British citizens with
Mm-hmm.
British accents.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically we were like going against our brethren. And of course, as we all know,
Mm-hmm.
sides, everybody separated, like, "Oh no, I'm going to go, I'm for, the king, and we're not." So that's a longer story.
Yes.
But anyway, I had to do a retelling of that, and in a way that I felt could inspire and, I guess, motivate people, just, to have courage, confidence in their own life. And then what's the cost of freedom, if you're quiet? What's
Right.
unity, and a shared purpose, standing for something greater than ourselves, remembering the spirit that built America.
Mm-hmm.
The song,
Mm-hmm.
my song that I wrote, I was like, "Remember, reclaim, ride again." So I wanted
Mm-hmm.
people to, like, get on their own horse and ride. You know, what are you willing to stand for, even if it costs comfort? And we just had that experience with a gentleman that is in the military the other day. But yeah, so I wanted to write about that and really have people uplifted and inspired, and hopefully step back and reflect in their own life, and hear the
Mm-hmm.
story and decide something for themselves. That was
When you talk, when you talk, it reminds me that just that I hear that oftentimes you think when you say 250 years of independence, but that's really an infant stage. A lot of democracies are much older, so we realize it's fragile and it's definitely in its infancy stage. Democracy in this country is not that old compared to a lot of other countries or a
you
lot of
are
other governments, whatever kind of government they have. Sure.
Yeah, you're correct
Yeah.
100%. So, yeah, we take it for granted though, and I think we've been really
Yes.
fortunate in our
Yes.
country to have the luxuries and the wonderful beauty that we had. I was listening to and a historian. I was telling Kevin that when she was talking about how and it was really it was in Ken Burns. It was, the American Revolution, right? So I was watching that last night, and she was saying, she goes, have, um, how do I place it? What's the word I'm looking for? Like levels in society. We still do. So don't think, oh, we got away from, the British and they have, oh gosh, what's the name? Kevin, help me with this. uh, it's like, anyway, so I just thought that was fascinating to think that, because we think, oh, we're all free and we don't have any, but we don't. We have poor people. We have, we used to have middle class, and then we have rich. So that's all being called into account, as I think you were saying, Ruben. Yeah.
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 I think it would be important to remember that when we were established, we became a constitutional republic, and we still are 250 years later. We're not a democracy.
That's right. Thank you for saying that.
Well, speaking of all of this, right?
Yeah.
We have a nice video that you sent me. Would you like to play that?
Sure. Yeah.
Outstanding.
I have to find it now. That is the key.
Thanks for being here, everybody.
Yes, ma'am. It's my privilege and great honor to be part of this, finally.
What does freedom actually cost? Not comfort, not convenience, courage. On April 18th, 1775, 3 riders didn't wait for permission. They rode into the dark, not knowing if they'd survive. They didn't scroll, they didn't hesitate, they rode. So I have a question for you. If freedom called you today, would you answer? My new song, I Ride, is a reminder. Ta-da.
I love it. I love it.
I like that.
Well, and I think, too, that, when we think about all of this stuff that we're talking about, right, regardless of, background here in the US, regardless of background, regardless of culture, regardless of race, regardless of gender, regardless of social beliefs, spiritual beliefs, or what have you, when we think of the essence of I Ride and some of the deep meaning behind that, I think for me it goes back to exactly doing what we all do. We all have a voice, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's up to me to carry that torch. And when I can't carry the torch, maybe I might need help carrying it. And so
Yeah.
that's where somebody else comes in at. And that's, because we were born and we were created to be social creatures, right?
Yeah.
And our survivability, is based on everyone else, not just ourselves.
That's right. That's right. And they knew that for sure back then. I was going to say, I know people in the Midwest that have farms and stuff, and they said you knew your neighbors. You may not be your best friend, but you knew them, and if they needed help, you were there. And if you needed help, they were there, and that was survival. That was based on, you just got to. And it's harder, I think, when we're in cities, and we're just packed in, and we could go on for days about it, but ultimately I think I'm as an artist, musician, songwriter, author, I just try to share my experience, my stories, and what I think is important, and hopefully spotlight something, for people that just can go, you know what, I was feeling pretty down about that, and I was thinking, you know what, I guess I can figure out what I have to offer. What is it, and I just think about things like that. I think it's really important. Even if we just go out for a moment and then hold the door open for somebody and watch them smile, that's like that's a gift,
Sure.
and it also kind of to what you're saying, Kevin, it just kind of we're not alone. We need to like be with each other, you know. So there's a happy balance, I think. Hmm.
I think especially I tell Kevin, we have these conversations. I think especially, I just turned 70 back in April. And I find that especially as you age, I know my grandmother lived to be about 90 years old, and
Nice.
she outlived two husbands. And she used to tell me when I was like 18 or 19 years old, she would tell me, she moved to New York and I lived with her for a while. And she would tell me, growing old is a blessing, but on the other hand, it's a curse because she had brothers and sisters. I think she outlived most of them, but she outlived two husbands. Her circle of friends that she used to have coffee in the morning with, they passed away. So I think
Mm,
as you get older,
mm,
it's more so important, not the quantity of relationships, but I tell Kevin, it's the quality of that relationship. I don't need to
absolutely.
have 20 friends, but
Yeah.
I need to have 2 or 3 close friends.
Yeah. Agreed. I totally agree with that. So the
Mhm.
question is, how do we have close friends? How do we do it, you guys? How do we?
Well, I think a democracy was initially born out of, well, out of strife and conflict. So I think sometimes, I know with me and Kevin, sometimes friendships are born out of strife and conflict, and hopefully you work through it and become friends. Because in the beginning, man, he used to have some. I would get mad at him because he didn't think the way I think, and I would hang
Mm,
up the phone, and then I would remember, he's a good person. What are you doing?
right. That's
I
really a
think
great.
relationships sometimes can be born out of
So what
conflict
Ruben's
and
Yeah.
saying
strife.
on live broadcast right now across 7 platforms, actually 8 if you include Riverside. And Trevor, I want you to butt in on this one, okay? He acts like a 2-year-old, and I don't, right? That's what he's saying live on all platforms right here. Twitch, YouTube times 2, Facebook times 2, X, and LinkedIn. Just throwing that out there. Ruben just admitted he's a 2-year-old. Okay?
Now I said relationships are born out of strife and conflict,
Right,
like
and you
democracy
said that you would
was.
get mad and hang up the phone. Only 2-year-olds hang up the phone.
You just had to reboot.
Right. I had to reboot, Kev.
I just had to reboot for a second.
Trevor, jump in on this one. You sitting
Well,
over there just listening.
I'm a little bit. I had to adapt and overcome, and make use of what I have, and it's amazing for what Miss Glenda just said, and like I said, I'm, if I can keep my emotions under control, I'm
Mm,
thoroughly thrilled and wonderfully blessed with just being with you today. And what you specifically just said, you talked about Spotlight in the Midwest. Well, I remember going from the city. I lived in the ghetto. We were the
mm,
only white family for like 2 miles around us. So
mm,
the survival state was extremely difficult for me and my family.
mm.
And
Hmm.
my dad and my brothers have both passed away. So I'm like the only one left. My mom's still up in Michigan, but I haven't been there in like 25 years. And so here I am in my garage, and it's amazing because I've got these 3 lights that provide just enough light. And the spotlight that I liked is a picture that you posted. It was like from 11 years ago. It was Mr. Oates and Hall. And I'm like,
Hall and
whoa.
Oates.
Yes, it was. And it was Miss Glenda's picture. And I shared that earlier today, trying to draw on part of the crowd of this virtual concert where I'm thinking it's a concert kind of thing. Hopefully our voices will be amplified and magnified. But it was cool because I moved from the ghetto in the inner city, and in the 70s and 80s, it was extremely difficult. We didn't have resources. My dad wasn't established very well for us. And I'm a middle child. I'm a
Mm,
preemie baby. my higher power created me to not just be a creature. We
Mm,
are spiritual beings. And this ride on, or I ride,
mm.
here I am. I'm riding on through this. Even in this episode, I'm sitting kind of here in the darkness, but I'm utilizing what I have because I'm from Michigan in the Midwest,
Nice.
the bread basket. And when I moved to the country, that was exactly what happened because everybody
Yeah.
got together, all us kids in the neighborhood, and it was a local neighborhood. My community, there's maybe a population of 52.
Wow.
Even to this day, the town is so small as a village, and we used to have a phone booth, and we used to have a store, and that's been gone since like 84, 85, somewhere around there.
Wow.
And yeah, it wasn't anything, and I had to get out of there and of course moved back to the city. I finished my education. I did things
Mm,
that you wouldn't have thought that I would be able to do. And I'm 55 years old, and I'm still engaging in being a positive influence as
yeah.
best as I can. I've learned so much in the last 2 years just in this relationship that I've got with my friend Kevin and my big brother Ruben. I'm so glad you're here today too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And just
beautiful.
I can't, I'm not trying to be too emotional, but it touches me in a very
No.
strong way because here we are, we're trying to be as independent as we can, but at the same time we have to
Connected.
collectively
Mm-hmm.
collectively and collaboratively work for each other,
Yeah.
support each other,
Yeah.
and share in the dreams that we all have for ourselves plus our neighbors. So I liked what you said, Miss Glenda, about the spotlight in the Midwest. It brings it
Yeah.
all full
Yeah.
circle. And
Gotcha.
here I am sitting in the darkness, but I got that spotlight on me.
But you know what?
So
You're on the ride.
I know I love it. I love the ride. I even
You're
have
on
my
it.
own have my own Harley, and I like riding that.
Well, and that's another beautiful thing about I Ride is that you can you can be a writer in your life. What does that mean? So we get to design and create and share with each other what that means. And I think that's where I was coming from too with I Ride. Not only it was one of those things that was layers, so it was revealing itself as it was going. It's its own it's its own thing, you know? And, yeah, I'm really grateful for it, and I had a real fun thing. I think, Trevor, I think you did this already, but you sign up for my newsletter, and in the
Yes,
newsletter
ma'am.
yeah, you sent me a beautiful, beautiful note. I loved it. Thank you so much. It really touched my heart. And then when you sign up for my newsletter, you actually get a certificate it says, "I'm a writer."
I
It's
did it right
really
away. I
I
wanted to
loved
be
it.
certified.
I love it. You are certified, my brother. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Anyway, it was
Certified.
just some fun.
Tell me you're certified.
It was fun, and it's a really great thing to actually look at daily and go, "You know what? I am on this ride." You know? Who else wants to
So I
join
could.
me?
How do I get? I guess Kevin give me the information to become a part of your newsletter. Then
Yeah.
one of your.
Well,
Speaking
Okay.
speaking of
yep,
getting certified and being on being
on the ride.
being on the ride.
A writer.
Listen, if anybody wants to donate, this is the all you got to do is scan this QR code right here, and all of this goes straight to Ms. Glenda. We don't get anything. I've told her, and I've been, tried to explain to people we don't make any money on this podcast. We don't do it for
We
money.
never ask for money. Never.
We never ask for money. So please, folks, scan this QR code. And I don't care if it's 50 cents, $1. I think Cash App will let you do what I think minimum's $1 or something like that,
Yeah, I
or
think so.
250 or whatever. So scan the QR code, folks. Please, please donate to Ms. Glenda. She does a lot of work for the mental health substance use field. She does a lot of events, not just in the U.S., not just in Canada, California, but she has been around the world just performing and does amazing, amazing, phenomenal work. So please, please, $1, $2, don't care, $5, $20. If you've got it, then you can Cash App or whatever. But please Cash App Send, just donate to her. All of this goes to her. Again, we don't make any money. We don't ask for any money. We don't ask nobody to buy us a coffee. So please take care of her and look out for her.
Thanks, Kevin. That's very sweet of you guys. And if you want to buy the song too, or just listen to the song, you can go to Glenda Benavides on my Bandcamp. You can also go to my website, glendamusic.com. That's where you can get the
Okay.
newsletter. That it says newsletter at the top. Just click on it. You can just sign up. Or you can actually, go to Bandcamp and listen to the I Ride song, and then buy it if you want, or just listen.
And no, Ruben, I'm not paying for it for you. Okay, I'm not. You got your own money. You and your wife together make more money than I do. Okay, I'm not paying for it
People
for you.
say
Let me be Ruben's
Kevin and
first.
I used to work. Kevin and I used to work together, and people had this joke about we have this bromance. They say y'all like husband and wife.
Trevor, if you need some money for it, I'll cash app you some money. Okay.
Thank you.
You
Thank you.
guys, I love you guys. That's sweet. Very, very sweet.
So, uh, the purpose of why we're here is to debut this new song. Now,
Okay.
I don't know if you want to do that now or if you want to do it later on. I am fine with that. I'm gonna let you make that ultimate decision.
Yeah.
But it is a amazing, beautiful song, and we've tested it out on here. We've played it quite a bit up here, and it's just phenomenal. Now, well, I'm gonna need when we do debut the new song, I'm gonna need Ruben and Trevor to mute themselves because we don't want any
Yes.
Feedback, yeah.
we don't want any
Common
feedback.
sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
we want it to be some of the most beautiful music ever, and she has one of the most lovely voices ever.
Thanks.
Before
Tell me.
So
before we get,
why I gotta mute myself?
because you kind of talk fast sometimes or jump
Yeah.
to it. Before we get started with that, and I don't know how the process is going to go, but that's okay. I just wanted to amplify something about Miss Glenda from another guest that we had, who's an extremely intellectually developed man internationally and has helped security around the world. And he talked about in that episode a specific characteristic that I believe is coming through to fruition, not just in me and our One Moment podcast team, but it's being evolved into and through Miss Glenda. And what he talked about was being a global change agent. And the mission, Kevin, you were talking about Miss Glenda traveling the world and doing all these things, and I'm like, yes, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to be connected with this woman, because she's doing the work. She's taking the steps forward and helping others along the way all around the world. It's amazing. How am I going to be an influence in that? Maybe we'll find out in 2028. Kevin,
I love it.
you know what our mission kind of is in the background, and I'm not even going to go there bringing that up, but we do have a mission, and I've been spreading it around to the store if I go to it. Being a global change agent is what I want to be an integral part of, because I've never done this before. It's okay. I'm not afraid. I can't remain stuck in fear. I got to look forward, not look back, and move forward, onward, and upward, and just take it one step, one day at a time, one moment at a time. And Kevin, in the Midwest, you know the gentleman that created that one moment concept. And he's another internationally credited individual who is going through recovery as well. It's just amazing how connected all of us are. If you don't realize it or recognize it, you maybe could just pay closer to attention. Maybe we can keep riding on, and maybe we can gather more people riding together with us. We would appreciate that. And I'm sorry, I'm like, I remember somebody described me recently. or I self-describe myself as a chatty Cathy. Somebody told me a new thing is called a talkative Tom. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. My name's not Tom. Maybe I could just be a talkative Trev. Trev can stay.
There you
Well,
go.
you can be chatty Catty, talkative Tom, and Ruben will be Rubio writes a lot, because when you ask him to send you a text message, it ain't no quick, I love you, hope you're doing well. I love you, hope you're doing well. Just text me. I'm just texting you when, I'm just getting up now. Just wanted you to know that I was thinking about you. Hope you have a wonderful day. Also, I put on my
Love that.
sock on the left foot. I put my sock on my right foot. Then I had to put my shoes on. Then I had to throw my pants on. Had to throw my shirt on. Then I had to do my hair. He writes you a whole book just to say, and then
Good
he'll wrap it
morning.
up again at the end. I love you. Hope you have a wonderful day.
That's
Ruben,
beautiful.
all you had to do was
You
send me, I
know,
love you.
at work we communicate with teams, and they joke and say, and I always write something when they say Ruben, they joke, they say you're gonna write a whole, they call it a dissertation. But I actually enjoy writing. I'm a counselor, but even as a child, I was told I could write. And my parents used to say, "What you want to be?" I said, "A writer." And they said, "That's a hobby. That's not a profession." So, but
Oh,
I always enjoyed writing. And I said, before I leave this earth, my goal is to write that novel, some type of novel. But I've had poetry published, quite a few poetry published though.
beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, but
Yeah.
that's
I like
but-
writing,
but-
like Kevin
when
said. I
you, when
like
you send
writing.
a text message or a Teams message, nobody has time to read a book. Just throwing it out there. I'm just giving you. I'm critiquing you a little bit. Love you, bro.
Kevin, if uh, that's the problem in life, people don't have time. If you care about another person, you would take the interest and read, and maybe you learn about that person.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
You got a point, Miss
Yeah.
Glenda.
Yeah. I agree.
Go ahead.
I think what's at the crux of all this, and that I think Trevor and Ruben are both saying, this is my takeaway, is that don't let it stop you. Just jump in, even if it's really small. At least Ruben knows that he has a dream and he wants to make sure he does that novel. And Trevor wants to be part of a larger team in being out in the world and being a change agent. And by just saying that and by doing that minuscule thing is huge. I mean, it reverberates out because you don't know who you're touching. I mean, each one of us has at least 5 people in our life that we touch, and then they touch 5 people, and then they touch 5 people, right? It's like that. It's like a pebble in the lake.
The ripple effect.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And sometimes I think we forget. Like I forget. I go, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not helping anybody. It's like, oh, and then I had a beautiful, Kevin and I always have beautiful talks, man, amazing. Talks on his podcast, and just deep, like luscious podcasts. And with that, it's like, you think you're shouting into the wind, but you just never know what's going to happen or what's going to come from that. So anyway, that's a call from. Anyway, I think I want to just open us up with a little bit of something, and then right after that, Kevin, I'll go ahead and sing "I Ride." Is that okay with you
However
guys?
you want to do it. This is
Okay.
your show. We're
Okay.
here to help co-host it. and
Okay,
help- When I
yay.
say
I love
co-host
it.
it, you're the host tonight. So
I'm the
you're the
hostess.
host. We are just a co-host with and for you. So
Uh,
this is however you want to go. If you
Okay.
decide to do a 3-hour thing, like I'm
See,
game.
I'm a team player here, so that's why I always reflect and ask other people too, because I like to play in agreement with others. Okay, so I want to do that, and it's a song that I wrote back in '91, and it was when I had gotten off the road, and I had a coach, my own personal, I guess you would call inner child work, and I was really struggling, my own interpersonal struggles with I never thought I would ever quit music or whatever. That wasn't the thing. But she was wanting me to come back to Oregon and really dig in with myself. Like, it's time to go deep. It's now. And I remember her yelling at me on the phone. I was in Las Vegas and on the telephone going, whining and crying. She's got, get your ass home. I'm like, what? But like sometimes you have that help, that one person that says something that just goes, and for some reason she went, and she gave me the confidence to actually go upstairs and actually quit. I quit my band and I moved back home and it was weird because I had to I am now not the singer, I'm not the person that tours the world, I'm at home and I'm in my coach's house because she hired me, right? I needed a little job. So she hires me and it's wax on and wax off. I'm cleaning toilets, 5 days ago I was on stage. And so it's wonderful. It breaks up your reality, your illusions of who you are. And so I come out of the bathroom and I was cleaning her crystals and things, and she said, "Okay, stop." And I went, "What?" She goes, "What is it that you really want to do?" And I said, "Well, I want to write music. I want to sustain my life in the music industry." And she said, "Okay, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to write me a song. You've got 2 weeks, and it's going to be for a peace gathering in downtown Portland, and it'll be televised. Go." I was like, oh my goodness, talk about put a fire. So I went home and I was doing my meditation, and through my meditation, these words came. I wrote them down. I went to a really close friend of mine up in Portland, fabulous musician, Michael Owen Harrison. And I said, "Michael, I got to do this thing for for downtown Portland. It's going to be on TV. Can you help me?" And I gave him the lyrics, and he set him in his baby grand, and he looks at it and he goes, "Ding ding 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 ding," and I went, "That's it, that's it." And the song was born, and I was like, "Oh my God." So I learned it and I sang it on television for New Year's Eve in downtown Portland. It was fabulous. And it's called Change from 1991. And I will give you a new version of it. And it goes like this. We must look to the wind of the mountains, and we must listen to the rain of the sun, and we must all breathe for the life that we are all one. Change it now, and change it before it's too late. Oh, I said change it now, and change it before it's too late. The times have changed, the sign stands before us, and many lives have worn the scars, and greed and pain and waste can't ignore it, 'cause these are the wings of change. More change it now, and change it before it's too late. Yeah, I said change it now, and change it before it's too late. Before it's too late. Thank you.
Wow. Beautiful.
That's
you,
my acapella version.
yes, and you definitely have a beautiful voice. I mean, like definitely. When Kevin talked about it, I would, but you have to wait to hear it. But you definitely have a beautiful voice. That's a
Oh,
gift,
thank you.
I
Thank
told you, Aretha Franklin, baby. If you love her, you'll love her.
right?
Awesome.
And guess where Trevor learned to sing? In the black church.
Oh,
As the
Okay.
as the only white member of the all black choir in the Baptist church, where we
Wow.
would go on Sunday to get real soul food. Now, don't get me wrong, soul food is a specific kind of food, but that soul food at that church, and Pastor Rory used to make fun of me, be like, "Oh, don't mind him, the Holy Spirit just got him," because I would fall out. And when they talk about soul food, that was the
Yeah.
most important soul food that I could have ever had, because I still had it, but I took myself down paths that I shouldn't have never been down, because I wanted to be just like everybody else.
Yeah.
It's amazing because that short song, another part of my spiritual journey was discovering how to really sing a cappella.
Yeah.
And that was a privilege for me to hear just now, because that's the first time I've heard you sing. I've sampled the I Ride song, but I haven't listened to the whole thing yet. So
Okay.
I don't know if you're adding the instrumentation with it, or if
Oh
you're
yeah.
going to sing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Baby,
Well, and
okay.
we've been testing since we decided and agreed on this. We started
Yeah.
testing
Yeah.
at least once a week.
weeks ago.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So
Right.
let's just keep our fingers crossed that it's not got a delay, that everybody can hear
Yes.
it all, because yeah, it
And I.
sounds good in my head, but we listen back and we're like, well, she's late, so anyway, hold on to that, you guys. So okay, this is not going to be
And I'm
acapella.
not right, and I'm not trying to rush it at all.
No,
Take
we
your
can do it.
time, young lady.
We can
It's
do
awesome.
it. Yeah, we can do
Yeah.
it. Yeah. All
Hey,
right.
look, just so y'all know, I the the only time I started playing with these little sound effects over here is as we were doing all this testing.
Yeah.
So during one of the testings, we were doing something, and I forget, and we were having a good time. And I hit the clapping, man. And listen, Miss Glenda and I both lost it. Well, I mean, we completely lost it for like just straight up 5 minutes. We couldn't even talk. I mean, we were just laughing because it was
Thank
it
you.
was
Thank
perfect.
you.
You're right.
Oh my goodness.
Oh Lordy, Lordy. Oh man. Ruben,
All-
you over there damn
Yes, sir.
quiet and stuff. Damn.
I'm observing and listening.
Oh, so you're just being the good therapist that you are. I mean, you want to make the whole room about you. Just like I do.
Ruben is gonna slap you when we get done.
Oh,
He knows what's coming after this is over. He will get 4 paragraphs.
In a PDF. Well, I don't know who's live right now on my side, but hi everyone. We're having
right.
a good
Hi,
time. We're
everybody.
talking about I Ride. I'm glad you guys are being riders, and I think we're gonna show it now. We're gonna play it.
Oh, are we?
Are we? Aren't we?
Are we
Yes.
playing? Okay, then.
Yes.
I'm muting
Yes.
you, Ruben.
Okay.
Let's ride on.
Yay!
All right, Trevor, mute yourself just to be on the safe side.
Yes, sir.
And let's get ready. Woo! All right.
Okay. Oh, should I prep this song? Did I say it? Did I already tell everybody? Yeah, I already did tell everybody about I Ride.
I'm pretty sure you did, yeah.
I sure I
Right.
did.
All right. And even if not, then we can just catch that up at the end.
Yeah, having way
All
too
right,
much fun.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. And I'll do this if I need it up. in the darkness, feel the damp river fall. Bloom of the light, who will be the first to fall? Blood on your coat, red in your throat. Against the dusk, we stand one and all.
We all stand one for all.
I feel the same pressure that burns my soul alive. On the nights, bright hated death and my life. She is my fuel, bright and burns my fire. Liberties to survive, they don't negotiate with life. I'm a little lost and taxed. Come to pass. History's a story of those who win and glory, but tonight we share a drink. Toast and sing the free. Life's concerned. There's something more yet. Wrap up in silence. I light the lamp because one last kiss on my lover's lips. It's one more fateful ball.
Muy excelente, señora.
Thank you. That cut out a little bit, so I was like, "Where am I?" Ooh. Cut out.
Just so you know, that was wide open, and you didn't cut out on our end.
Okay. Okay. I cut out on my end, so I couldn't hear it very well. So I was like, "Where am I all our lives?"
Being
Well, buy
being
the
a
song,
for,
you'll love it.
being a former roadie for the band Wasted Grace that used to always make fun of the band because they weren't heavy enough. I have to agree with Miss Glenda. I didn't vocally get it. I mean, I heard her, and sometimes when she was closer to the mic, but I got it.
Okay. Good.
And so I agree. I'm just agreeing with you because if you're not really cognitively aware of the process and the sounds,
Well, it
of the
just
way
cut out.
things are,
That's
so
all. The music
yeah,
itself cut out.
I get it.
So I
It
was
could
like,
be it could be a digital thing.
it was.
For me, it was your vocals. I didn't hear your voice very well.
Oh
Well,
wow.
see,
And
How about
and
you, Kevin?
Kevin said that he didn't have any issues on his end. Maybe it's
yeah,
a digital thing. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
I
Yeah.
didn't have an issue on my end. So when you heard I don't know, whenever you didn't hear the video, well, the music, I don't know. Like I heard the music perfectly.
Yeah, the music
I
was
heard the music
it was
pretty
still
good, but I
yeah, it
didn't
was
hear
still
Miss
going.
Glenda very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was still going, but it cut out on my end, because like sometimes when things fluctuate, they cut out.
Yeah.
So it just
Yeah,
cut out. So that's not good for the singer.
they call it. Yeah, they
Because she
call it
doesn't know where she's at.
technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
it
when
sounds good. I enjoyed it. That's the first time I've seen Kevin
Yes, I did too.
sway into the music. He uses steps, so I thought that was cool. He was actually swaying to the music. I said, look at Kevin getting a little step.
Look,
It's a
I've never been
blessing
soul.
because
I have never been a soul person, and then when I met Miss Glenda, I started listening to more of it, and I absolutely love her music. I've listened to several songs of hers, and I absolutely love her music.
Thank you, Kevin.
You've never been a soul person. That's weird. All persons are souls. What are you, Kev? Are you weird?
I'm a it. I'm a it. I have no soul.
You know what? There's nothing
Yes,
wrong
you
with
do, my friend.
being weird or being different. There's nothing wrong with
I-
being weird.
That's
I know.
right.
We
Well-
talked about that early, brother.
Right.
Yeah.
Ruben.
And Kevin, you do
Yes.
have soul because you care. So
Yeah.
That's right.
Thank
you
you.
do. Yes.
Combination of the spirit and the soul is what
Yes.
makes us one.
Yep. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Well, that's really what I wanted to share with everyone. Please sign up for my newsletter. It's free. You get your certificate to write,
Mhm.
become a writer. And then I can also stay in touch. It helps me stay in touch with everybody because then I can let you know, if I'm in your area, I'm going to play out or what we're going to do next. And then, again, if you go on Bandcamp and you type in my name, Glenda Benavides, or even go to my website, glendamusic.com, you can go, it'll take you to iRide. It'll take you to my Bandcamp page, I think, too. And then you can listen to it and you can also, purchase. And if you support that, what I do is I take $1 out of everything that anybody's ever purchased of mine, like my books or my merchandise or whatever. I take $1 and I donate it to One Tree Planted. And I've planted over 400 trees now in the US and UK. Yeah.
Outstanding.
Yeah. So I get to help you help yourself and help me help myself.
And
Doesn't make any
the
sense.
world in which we live. The planet
Yes.
needs lots of trees.
The
in it.
trees are the lungs of the planet. So
That's right.
yeah.
And just so you know, if you couldn't hear it if there were certain pieces that you couldn't hear on your end, what happens is this is what I had to learn the hard way with Riverside is Ruben records on his side, mine records on my end, yours records on your end, Miss Glenda's records on her end. So I can go in there and tweak certain things in the final version, so I can turn the music down on my
Oh.
end because it was wide open on my end. So I can turn it down. I can turn my track down a little bit, and in the final production of it, and my goal is to get that edited tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it'll be edited and put out tomorrow.
I almost like want to sing it again, just because it cut out, and I was like, I don't know where I'm at, So I don't know.
It's up to you. This is your show.
Nobody's listening, watching. Spank all my friends.
Yeah, totally up to you.
Let's
What
do it
y'all
again.
say, folks?
I want to do it again. What do you
Okay.
guys think?
Let's do it again.
I'm game.
Okay, this time it's not going to cut out. Okay,
And
yay!
if it does, just pretend you know where it's at.
Oh, great! I'll be totally off. Who knows where I'll be? Okay, here we go.
Right, this is wide open. It's all the way up.
Okay. Thanks, you guys. Boys in the darkness, feel the damp river fall. Bloom of the light, who will be the first to fall? Blood on your coats, red in your throats, brothers at dusk, we stand one and all.
We all stand one for all.
I feel the sacred pressure, it burns my soul alive all the nights. Cry, pain, death, my pure pride, it burns my fire. Liberties to survive, we don't negotiate with liars. Lives were taxed, this will come to pass. History's a story of those who glory, but give our lives in turn. Something more we earn. And I wrap up in silence. I like the last call, and it's the last kiss of my lover's lips. It's one more fateful ball.
Beautiful, Miss Glenda. Once again, I love it.
Thank you. Didn't cut out, so it's great. It's very exciting. And I just want to thank there was some amazing people that worked on this record. So just to name a few, we've got Scarlett Riviera. She's the violinist. She plays with Bob Dylan, and she also has her own career in her own right. We also have Josh Lanati. I hope I said it right. Josh plays with Nora Jones. He's a guitar player, and so many other people that had put their time, effort, and hands in mixing, mastering, comments, feedback. It was beautiful. Like, just really, really a lot of love went into this. And one of my friends that lives in LA, he's a British citizen, which I thought was kind of neat that he put his stamp on it, since that's what we're talking about, right?
We're global.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was like, yeah, Chris Granger, badass drummer, really sweet guy, good tech guy too. He's really good. So anyway, and Gene Williams did all the mastering and mixing, and just love those guys, and so grateful to have had this opportunity to have this song come alive, because it when I wrote it in 2015, it was not coming alive. So yeah, I guess it was a timing thing. So I'm really
Nothing
grateful.
nothing happens by accident.
Right.
Everything is for a reason and a purpose. You
Yeah.
nailed it.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
your timing was just perfect.
Yeah.
We
So
appreciate and respect and our just beloved friend, Miss Glenda.
thank you,
It's
guys.
so much a privilege to just engage with you. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
And I look
and-
forward to more episodes at any other time.
Great. Thanks, Trevor. I appreciate your comments and your love and your heart. It really, really means a lot. So
Well, since we have Ruben who grew up during uh, Jim Crow days over here and got a lot of rich history here. Now hold on.
Hold
I
on.
say Jim Crow days because it's out of respect. Okay, it's out of respect. He grew up with a lot of amazing singers during those era
Yeah.
during that era. A lot of those folks were soul singers, and they had a lot of history there that Ruben has taught me and that I've read through, and I appreciate that. So Ruben, I'd like to get your thoughts on the song too, and again, amazing, beautiful voice. What are your thoughts? Hold on, you are muted, my friend. Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. Well, the first time as well as the second time, I enjoyed listening to it. I think the song definitely moves you at your spirit. The vocals are great, and I'm glad she did it over again. So I enjoyed it. And you mentioned, yes, music can move. I grew up during the time when I heard of Curtis Mayfield
Oh yeah.
and Maple Staple
The staple singers. Yeah.
singers. Yes,
Mavis. Yeah.
all those different Sly and the Family Stone, and
That's where I'm from.
oh wow, okay. Oh, and of
Yeah.
course Prince came along later. So all
Oh
those,
yes.
yes.
Mm.
I actually had a chance to talk with Prince on the phone once. A
Mm.
young lady I worked with in New York, she was a therapist, and she kept saying that she was a Jehovah's Witness, and she told me Prince was, and she lived in where Prince lived. Is that Minnesota?
Yeah,
Where was
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yeah, and she told me they went to the same Kingdom Hall. So one day she said, "You don't believe me?" So she put me on the phone. I talked to him, but not only him, it was another young man that was a friend of hers, and he's well known for the song. It's a wedding song. Love in the Once in a Lifetime. You remember that song? It was a wedding song that people sing. One in a Million.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think it's Graham Central Station. You heard of them before?
Oh yeah. Larry
Yeah.
Graham. He's from
Larry
here.
Graham. I had a
Yeah.
chance to actually speak to him on
Yep.
the phone. I thought the young lady, when she told me she knew all these people, I'm like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
But when I spoke to him, I'm like, whoa, this is very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are all my peeps. They're from right here. I'm in Vallejo, but I'm from Oakland originally. So that's
Yes.
California, West Coast, Northern California.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, massive talent around here, like
Yes.
mega.
Definitely.
So
I'm gonna have to leave and talk, see if one of my clients shows up, and if he doesn't, I'll just quietly come back on. Okay.
Well, we're about
Okay,
to
big
wrap
brother.
up.
I think,
So
yeah, well, I think
you
we're
are?
wrapping
Okay.
it up, but
yeah,
Okay.
One
Ruben,
Good.
it's
Well,
one quick thing
Yeah.
thing I'd like to mention, and Ruben, if you got a brief moment, one of our other guests is a gentleman who is the keyboardist for the Steve Miller Band and has
Oh,
been for
nice.
years. His
Yeah.
name is Joseph Wooten. Do you
Oh
know
yeah.
anything about the
Yeah.
Wooten family?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
I'm
Not a
I'm glad that connection, and I'm old enough
yeah.
to remember, like you talked, Ruben, you were talking about Curtis Mayfield, and those are all the things that my parents sometimes listen to, and so that influence, it's
Yeah.
like spread over the generations.
Yeah.
And even
Well,
though we're
those
like,
are the giant
yeah,
with that being said, gentlemen and ma'am,
bar that's a bar when you get to see, this is how I look at it, when you get to see these other artists that came before, they're still around, you just really, that's what you get to strive for. You get to
Yes.
excellence. I'm striving for excellence. That was excellent.
Yeah.
I want to be excellent. You
Yes.
know.
have you seen the episode that we did with Mr. Joseph? Or
No, I haven't, but I was thinking about reaching out to him. I'm sure he's probably a Grammy person too.
Yeah, you should check it out. We had a
Yeah.
great episode, did we not, Kevin?
oh yeah, no, phenomenal. But
Yeah.
Ruben's got to go.
Yeah,
Miss
Ruben.
Okay.
Glenda's got to
Nice
go.
meeting you,
Trevor got to
Glenda.
go.
Thank you,
And
Ruben.
Let's
Kevin,
wrap
of
up the
course.
show.
Okay.
Kevin, you whatever. And nice seeing you, Trevor. Really nice seeing
Nice-
you again, Trevor.
Nice seeing you
Kevin,
too. Cancer ain't got a hold of
Yeah.
me. God's got it, and I don't.
Yeah, I can talk to Kevin anytime.
Booyah!
Yeah. Well, thank you
All right.
guys. And, just to help everybody remember to please be a writer in your life, that's really key.
Absolutely, no, 100%. That being said, let's go ahead and get off the live. But before we end the live, what is your call to action to people?
Yeah. My call to action is I really, really want people to take a moment out of their life and really dig deep and really see what's important to them, what their passion is, and really make strides towards doing that. Because the more joy and um, feeling of like like you feel like you're evolving in life, I think really, really helps people not only with their mental wellness, but just it really allows them to contribute and to step forward, and really you'll start to see the joy that not only you bring but people bring to you. So be a writer in your life and just step forward and just be your passion.
Wow, that's absolutely beautiful. An amazing way to wrap us up. Folks, you heard it best. Once again on the One Moment Podcast. Listen, follow her on social media. Go check out her new single. Download all of her music. Buy it. Like, she's a phenomenal artist. I love her. She's,
She
amazing,
absolutely is.
amazing young lady. And we got a whole bunch of stuff planned, both in Cali and in North Carolina. So
coast to
in
coast,
time,
baby.
right?
Great
In time.
Grace.
So, and these events are actually uh, in person and not virtual. So,
Yeah.
anyways, with that being said, thank you, Miss Glenda.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you so much for your time and love and effort. And doing your
Absolutely.
passion.
Thank
I
you.
support you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Now, let's end the live.